is a movement like we've never seen in the history of our country.
Wisconsin is Trump country.
And that's what this fight is all about. We're taking on the failed political establishment and restoring government of, by, and for the people. It's the people. You're the people. You won the election.
We love this country. We love Donald Trump.
Promises made, promises kept.
We support President Trump.
This is epic.
Donald Trump is our president.
With every last ounce of heart and hope and sweat and soul, we are going to make our stand. We are going to stand for liberty. We are going to stand for justice. We are going to stand for freedom. And we are going to stand for the sacred rights given to us by the hand of Almighty God. You joined our movement, the greatest movement in the history of our country. You protected your family. You defended your dignity. You recaptured your destiny. And you took back your country with that great election 2.5 years ago. We are one united movement, one united people, and one United States of America.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
You have always been loyal to this nation. Now you finally have a president who is loyal to you. Every day between now and November 2020, we are going to keep on working, we are going to keep on fighting, and we are going to keep on winning, winning, winning. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and all that stuff. If you want to listen to what's in the news reports and listen to what's going on, Hayden's doing a fine job. If you want to listen to me lose my fucking mind and go off, this is the place for you to go. Let's say hi to everybody. This is going to be a short stream. What's up, Belandris? The lovely Impish. Linda, good to see you. Barb, good to see you. And looks like that's it. Gross. I'm rock hard, Stinge. Rock hard. Incredibly is the answer. That's what I thought too, Excummer. So let me sum up this report for you. Again, this is going to be a short stream. I just saw it. It was just brought to my attention by Big Giant Fuck, and I had to speak on it real quick. There's no other way to put this. This is a 306-page document that has a lot of information in it, but it also has a lot of bullshit in it. And again, the United States is at a point where you can't get a fair shake. And this is the first one. This is 2016, so we're already nearly 10 years past it before we even get to anything. There's no prosecution, no accountability, no sweeping changes, no anything. You just write it down on a piece of paper and it goes away. And I'm frankly just sick of this bullshit. I think it's getting old that you can do something so blatant as to interfere with an election and investigate a political candidate for office unjustly, and nothing ever comes of it. you get your name in a report. And there's not even names in the fucking report. It's just a report. There's several references. I mean, this is a normal government report. And I know a lot of people were counting on this to be some crazy, mind-blowing, sea-changing document. I never thought that was going to happen. I did think that there would be more substance to this than there is. What's up, Dance? Sorry I missed you, buddy. What's up, man? And what's up, 3 beers? There's nothing else that you can say about this. It's just the same public fluffing. So they look out for each other. They make each other's bullshit okay. And not just any person. The president of the United States was spied on illegally and unjustly on behalf of another political candidate, and it just comes out in a waste of paper. No criminal charges. I take that back. There were 3. He did a shit job in all 3. 1 pled out. 2 were found innocent. Or found not guilty. Excuse me. This whole system is a mockery of what it once was. There's no teeth left to the government unless you're on the good side. And I think this shows us again, and this is another point where we see that the government is not on our side. The government is not our friend. And the government is no longer by and for the people. The government is an overreaching apparatus that needs to be reined back in. However that needs to happen. It needs... What's up, Chandler? Josh Chandler. It needs to be reined back in. And we're getting dangerously close to the point where that's at any means necessary. I won't move. So we're getting to the point where that's at any means necessary. And that's terrifying. So, but we cannot continue. What's up, Stevie? We cannot continue going down this path, because what happens if it's me or you? What happens if it's nobody? What's up, Mimi? What happens if it's the guy in Iowa or, somebody in Arizona? Like, you get completely destroyed. And they're not going to open this big investigation and appoint a special counsel and wreck 13 trees. Like, it's just going to go away and nobody's ever going to question it. There was nothing in here for corrective action. There was nothing in here for criminal charges. For spying, and in my opinion, that is absolutely clearly treason. 100% treason. When you're spying on a presidential candidate of the opposite party, that is 100% treason. And instead, we write a book. And I frankly am very upset by this. And again, I'm not one of those people that was waiting for this to be some groundbreaking 90% of Congress is going to federal prison, but I thought that it would have some substance to it. Again, we wasted so much money, so much time, so much everything to just waste some trees. The record review by the office demonstrated a rather clear predisposition on the part of at least certain FBI personnel at the center of Crossfire Hurricane to open an investigation of Trump. No shit. Like, this is all stuff that we already knew, and frankly, I'm not terribly surprised by. I just said I wouldn't do it, but I'm going to do it now. For example, Peter Strzok. Shit, I didn't share it. Dumbass. For example, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page were directly involved in matters relating to the opening of Crossfire Hurricane. Strzok was an agent who both wrote and approved electronic communication opening the matter from the very start as a full investigation rather than an assessment or preliminary investigation. So they went balls deep to start. There wasn't even any there wasn't any restraint whatsoever. They just went balls deep immediately. Absolutely. And if what am I doing? I'm not doing anything right now. This is the report. The waste of trees. Strzok and Page, blah, blah, blah. Who gives a shit that he was nailing Lisa Page? Yeah, and we heard this, again, I don't really care. It shows bias, but I don't really care what he's having text messages with somebody else. So, but there was obvious bias. There was obvious, FBI OGC attorney Kevin Kleinsmith made troubling statements demonstrating a blatant political bias against Trump. Kleinsmith, who played a central role in the Page FISA process on the day after Trump's election as president, stated to fellow FBI personnel, among other things, "Viva la resistance." How is that not fucking treason? How is that not treason? Yeah, we'll stop it. Oh, I assumed everybody saw these messages. We can read them. Bernie Sanders is an idiot like Trump. After exchanging with another idiot, no doubt. God, Trump is a low-slow human. Yet he may win the Republican nomination. Good for Hillary. It is. Would it be worse than President Cruz? Trump? Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. Oh my God, Trump is an idiot. He's awful. America will get what the voting public deserves. That's what I'm afraid of. So they think less of us. They think less of Trump. No. I'm not going to go there. Because my dumbass has already made the fucking stream for tonight on Rumble. So I couldn't go on Rumble. So I'm only on the ScrewTube. So what's up, Jess? And holy shit, maybe? God, Hillary's winning, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to read all this. Turn it on. The douchebags are about to come out. You can tell with the excitable clapping. And while Donald Trump is an enormous douche. Hi, how is Trump? Other than a douche, Trump barely spoke, but the first thing out of his mouth was, "We're going to win so big." The whole thing is like living in a bad dream. Trump a disaster, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, opened on Trump. I mean, they don't. This is the head agent in charge at the FBI of this investigation. No, he's no, he's not. We'll stop it. FBI opened a full counterintelligence investigation to determine whether individuals associated with Trump campaign were winning of and coordinating activities with the government of Russia. And we know this is bullshit. What's up, Red? Yep. We could. I legit only have like 10 more minutes, but I just wanted to come on because I was fucking furious. That is true. Sounds good. Have a good day. Foreign policy advisor. Australian diplomat 1. Australian High Commissioner Alexander Downer. Yeah, but I mean, this is hundreds of pages. Like I said, I'm not going to go through and read, obviously, hundreds of pages because there isn't shit in here. And half of it we already know. Yeah, absolutely. So. Well, that was probably, I don't know, because you two love me. No, I don't know. You should be able to say, fuck you, meat boy. Yeah, I mean, the PP gate. I don't know where we go from here, but talking about the WikiLeaks shit, like, it is just pages and pages of nothing. Oh, no, it's everywhere. They consider it a win because, you know, fluff up each other's balls. Like, don't threaten me with a good time, Red. So what the hell is it called? Durham report. I could type. So here's the Google 1 hour ago, 23 minutes ago. Everybody's covering it. FBI probe into Trump-Russia ties was flawed. Failed to uphold mission. Denounces Russia investigation. No, it was fucking treason. Even CNN, special counsel John Durham concludes FBI never should have opened an investigation. Faults FBI and Trump Russia probe. So, of course, it's... Yep, absolutely. %100%. It was the meat boy that got the censors after you. They thought you were insulting the gays, not the fag. That's true. We're talking about the Durham probe that just came out. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm not actually going to Michigan. I think there was supposed to be a comma there. Hit me up. Yeah, absolutely. Something horrible, total random is about to hit M soon, I guess, and drown this. Well, I think this is a win for them if they can spin it, because most assholes are only going to read the titles, and they drown it out in the titles. They didn't even put anything. Report on FBI Russia investigation released. Sharply criticizes FBI's. And most of these articles make me want to throw up, so I'm not going to read them. Prosecutor ends probe of What? Oh, yeah. They didn't even put anything about it. Okay, that's what it makes. A prosecutor ends probe of FBI's Trump-Russia investigation. New report criticizes FBI for launching... So, I mean, this is the end of it. So, this is a win for the mainstream media. Like, it's an absolute win. All right, buddy. Take care. No, I think this is a win for the media because nobody's going to read this 306-page document. I'm probably not going to because it's pissing me off already, and I'm only through page like 4. So I'll link this in Discord if anybody wants to look at it. This is from the Justice Department, not any mainstream source. This lays out all the different evidence and stuff like that. More in-depth knowledge of potentially or particularly sensitive Russian intelligence information, blah, blah, blah. So there's nothing here. The prosecution or prosecutorial section basically said, kick rocks. And that's kind of what I started with, Jason. Apologize for that. Shocking that 0 FBI agents are going to prison or swallow a hollow point. Yeah. Go to 304. Okay. I mean, it's just pages and pages and pages of total bullshit. Like 304 actual or 304 in the document? Hang on, I guess I could just read once it catches up. Apart from the meet. Oh, stop moving. Yeah, 304 actual probably. Let's get there. 305. I'm going to go back up just to... Fuck it, we'll do it live. Bias or improper motivation. The OIG review of Crossfire Hurricane says that we did not find documentary or testimonial evidence that political bias or improper motivation influenced the FBI's decision to seek FISA authority on Carter Page. It also says that while we did not find documentary or testimonial evidence of intentional misconduct on the part of the FBI personnel, we also did not receive satisfactory explanations for the errors or problems we identified. David Christ has cataloged statements in the OIG review like those above and discussed the tension between the statements about the lack of evident bias and a lack of explanation for the problems found. Yes. Yes. Hey, what's up, Daisy? Yeah, I read it. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's like the basis for it. Simply, the matter includes at a minimum, the following information that was simply ignored or in some fashion rationalized away. The Australian diplomats told Crossfire Hurricane investigators that Papadopoulos never stated that he had any direct contact with the Russians nor did he provide any explicit information about an offer of assistance. Bullshit. There was a complete lack of information from the intelligence community that corroborated the hypothesis upon which the Crossfire Hurricane investigation was predicated. What's up, Jacob? The FBI generally ignored the significant exculpatory information provided by Carter Page, George Papadopoulos, and the Trump senior foreign policy advisor 1 during recorded conversations with FBI CHSS. So they ignored their evidence. They ignored everything that everybody gave them and said, to hell with it, we'll go with it anyways. But the FBI failed to pursue investigative leads that were inconsistent with their theory of the case. Example, Page's recorded denials of having any relationship with Paul Manafort, a fact about which there was available evidence. So they just ignored everything. The FBI failed to take Page up on a written offer he made to Director Comey to be interviewed about the allegations contained in Michael Isikoff's Yahoo News article, and instead opted to seek FISA surveillance of Page. So the media says something. Yes. So the media says something, and they trust that over the actual person or the evidence. Yeah, it is. They literally ignored everything and just said Orange Man bad. The FBI was willing to make use of a completely unvetted and uncorroborated Steele report, in multiple FISA applications targeting a U.S. citizen, even after the Crossfire Hurricane investigators had determined that there were major conflicts between the reporting of Steele and his primary subsource, Igor Danchenko, conflicts the FBI incredibly failed to resolve. Probably because they didn't want to resolve it, because they already had it. Make tweets bad again. The Crossfire Hurricane investigators did not even ask Steele about his role in providing information to Michael Isikoff. Hang on. As contained in the September 23rd, 2016 Yahoo News article. Information that essentially accused Carter Page of colluding with the Russians, and thereafter the same investigators demonstrated a willingness to contort the plain language of the article to suggest it was not Steele, but Steele's employers who had given the information to Isikoff. I agree. Yeah, and do you really blame him? Honestly? The FBI ignored the fact that at no time before, during, or after Crossfire Hurricane were investigators able to corroborate a single substantive allegation in the Steele dossier reporting. So it was all bullshit, and they knew it. There was a complete failure on the part of the FBI to examine, never mind resolve, the serious counter-espionage issues surrounding Steele's primary subsource, Igor Danchenko. Holy shit, yes, I am live, and holy fuck, this article. This is not an article, baby. This is the actual Justice Department's released Durham report. The FBI leadership essentially degraded the Clinton plan intelligence, which received at almost the exact same time as the Australian paragraph 5 information. This was despite the fact that at precisely the same time as the Clinton plan intelligence was received, the Clinton campaign made public statements tying the DNC computer hack to Russian attempts to help Trump get elected. The FBI was receiving the Clinton campaign-funded Steele reports and the Clinton campaign-funded Alpha Bank allegations were being prepared for the delivery to the media and the FBI. Light Rain, it just came out not too long ago. I don't know an exact time, but probably about an hour ago. We went through a little bit earlier because I think this is very pro for them, and they're all reporting it, and they don't have to do much spinning because nobody's going to read the damn thing. So USA Today an hour ago, 31 minutes ago, BBC, 16, NBC, an hour, AP. So I got to it pretty recently, or pretty quickly. The Crossfire Hurricane investigators essentially ignored information that they had received as early as October 2016 regarding Charles Dolan, a longtime Democratic operative with ties to Clinton, who also possessed significant ties to Russian government figures who would appear in the Steele reporting and never interviewed him. Jesus Christ. At what point? About an hour and a half ago. Thank you, Allegan. Yep. Here is the actual report from the Department of Justice. So, if you guys want to go to it, you can go right there and get this whole document. Like I said, I'm not going to read the whole damn thing. It's 306 pages. The Crossfire Hurricane investigators provide only partial and in some instances misleading information to the department attorneys working on the Page FISA applications, while withholding other highly relevant information from those attorneys and the FISC that might cast real doubt on probable cause assertions. So they fucked up on all of it, and nobody cared. The bias and hypocrisy is deafening, but it continues. It continues. Like, this report just continues it. It just continues it. How is having a backup plan to prevent Trump from being an effective president not treason? There are several facts in here that I think rise to the level of treason. I think Strzok's first comment about, well, we'll stop it. How is that not treason? The point is we keep pressure on. I don't know that there's a point, Barbara. Normally I have this long-throated fluffage of speech, but Jesus Christ, like there only seems to be one solution, and possible FBI reform. One possible way to provide additional scrutiny of politically sensitive investigations would be to identify in advance an official who is responsible for challenging the steps taken in the investigation. So we can't trust the motherfuckers, so we got to put another person that we can't trust to check the people we can't trust. Got it. Stuart Baker proposes having a career position for a nonpartisan FBI agent or lawyer. How is the fucking FBI not already nonpartisan? To challenge the FISA application and every other stage of the investigation. Yes. This would be done in investigations that pose partisan risk. In Baker's view, the Attorney General, through the Supplemental Reforms Memorandum, has already taken a good step in this direction by requiring that a politically sensitive surveillance and search applications be reviewed by a special agent from a field office not involved in the investigation. Exactly. Yes. GOP has no balls, and the Democrats, frankly, are louder about it. Yep. Blah, blah, blah. Similarly, Adam Klein said that the DOJ and FBI leaders should consider whether a regularized practice of internal red teaming in the most sensitive cases, whether within the FBI or in collaboration with attorneys at the National Security Division, could serve as an effective check on confirmation bias without unduly delaying time-sensitive applications. And who's going to get that job? Who's going to get that job? The lesbian, blue-haired, transgender feminist. Right? And then there's just going to be another fucking person rubber stamping all the other shit. And if anybody has the power to kill an entire investigation, that's one hell of a power. That wouldn't be... I mean, you would have to have an unquestioned check where you could kill the entire investigation. That's not a power that could be easily weaponized. It is. Has anybody ever had a hollow point? They're so good. Some powdered sugar on it. Yep. As a way to ensure full consideration of the issues in applications that may present very difficult and vitally important issues, we recommend that the department seriously consider Baker's proposal for an official challenge, both a politically sensitive FISA application and other stages of the investigation. Nothing former Attorney General Levi warned can weaken the quality of life or imperil the realization of the goals we all hold dear than our failure to make clear by the words and deed that our law is not the instrument of partisan purpose. Baker's partisan taint. That makes sense. Baker explains his proposal for the career official in more detail, and like it or not, Trump has a point. Like something tree of liberty is thirsty, something something. Yep. Cortez burned his ship to teach men motivation. Burned the FBI from the inside out for motivation. The problem is the people in control of everything are so embedded and so corrupt in their ways. And I don't even think it's a partisan thing. Like, I think that's the part that we're losing here. I don't think it's RD or even I think there's one political class and then there's the rest of us. I mean, I know what well, let's go through the ones that you think it could be, and we can have fun with this. What ones do you think it can be? And then we'll explain it to you. What's up, Isabel? No, I'm kidding. So basically an investigation into the investigation. But it's not quite an investigation yet because they're not sure if there's anything there to have an investigation. And shit, I never switched that back over, and I'm sorry. There we go. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So within the entire government, it'd be a hell of a lot better than this shit. Yeah, there needs to be change. It needs to be returned to the people. And there's this lovely clause in our Constitution because our founding fathers were smart enough to know that shit could get out of hand and we probably need to do something about it. So it's already written in that if there's too much tyranny in the government, it shall be returned to the people. I won't go any further, but y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't know that there's a rah-rah speech I can give to this specific one. I think this is complete and utter bullshit. I'm not very happy with it. I think that you make omission after omission that they fucked up and it was politically motivated, and then you're like, nah, but we're not going to actually do anything about it because that would be ridiculous. I have to deal with them a lot more than I wish I did. I don't know. There's not a good response to this one. I think we got to see how this kind of works itself out and think a little bit more in depth about it, because this is truly a concerning narrative. So, but all right, ladies and gentlemen, I went way over to like 15-20 minutes I was going to, and it's good to see all y'all, especially some of the ones I haven't seen in a minute, like my good friend X Comer and Stevie and Mimi and all the rest of y'all. When authorities fail to provide justice, vigilantism, the R word, is inevitable. This is unfortunate and preventable. It's very true. Very true. But yeah, I'm going to skate out of here. 8:30 Eastern time. We're Cannibal Killer tonight. So we'll be going over that at 8:30. Stop in and say hi. Yeah, the military's not much better anymore either, but yeah, that's exactly. A presser from the GOP saying this was really bad and we're really angry. Then the Dems and the mainstream will spin it, and then people will forget about it. So, but all right, y'all. We'll see you in 3 hours for the Cannibal Killer. He's a fantastic person. So, Jacob loves him. So, but y'all, we'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.